Eccomi qua nella casetta di Brooklyn, con la scaletta così, I'm saying. E niente, no, sono spanatissimo, vecchio. Qua in casa con questi amici di mia madre. Sono stato lì, abbiamo cenato e poi, figa, ha tirato fuori la scatolina degli attrezzi, I'm saying. Ed ero tipo, damn, mi sa che stasera si sta a casa. I'm saying.
This is typical of the way you can buy a joint,
Like a pre-roll?
a pre-roll.
Ah, yes.
Oh,
sir.
what am I telling you? I'm not telling you anything.
No, I mean, like
kids these
it is-
days,
No, it is,
they know everything.
It is.
No.
It is a pretty strange thing for
It was-
Italians, but being having dealt with Americans, I'm kind of
Do you want more
familiar.
light or is your light good?
No, light's
Okay.
good. You know, iPhone just figures it out for
Yeah.
himself. That's the beauty of it.
So,
Shall I talk about human destructiveness while he goes to
Actually, that was kind of what I was going for.
yeah, you know what? You could
in
do a lot here. You could show me
prehistory- in
cooking you cacio e
prehistory-
pepe. Or
Ah,
something.
yes,
That's
yes,
true.
that's
Okay.
true.
Before 10,000 BC, when they look at skeletal remains and they do forensic analysis, 1 out of 3 humans died of human violence.
1 out of 3? Oh, Jesus Christ.
So they say we're getting better.
Yeah, seems like it. Right?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Plus, the way I usually do this thing, usually I don't even say, like...
You're doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
So should we go back to politics?
Wait a
No,
minute.
no,
what
it
about my
doesn't
wine
matter.
glass?
it doesn't matter because, like, the thing is, it takes...
No, that's his.
Oh, this is...
Here's
This is
water.
mine.
This
Yours.
is water.
Here's
Okay.
yours, honey.
And that's yours.
Yeah, that's your beer.
Basically, the thing is
it.
that I can
What do
record
you got?
for a long time.
Yeah.
There's no limits from that point
Oh,
of view.
it's going to you have like cloud space.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
we
I
have
don't have
cloud-
cloud space, but I have the hard drive.
Right. Oh, okay.
So
Wow.
that's not an issue. So what I usually do, cheers, is is that I'll film for an exhausting amount of time to the
Right.
point where people just start being themselves naturally because there's no way.
My dinner
You
with
can,
Andre.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that movie?
No.
No. You know what? Oh, we've got it on DVD.
It's
very
two guys,
great.
you know, they meet their old friends, and they're old friends, but they wouldn't be together but for the fact that they're old
Colleagues,
friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
Turns out they're not really, you know, in
Good friends.
adult life, they're not just
The
like,
same.
anyway, so there's all these stories, they get together, they have dinner, and it's just like, it's a
It's
movie
just a
of
conversation.
2 hours of this guy telling him how, you know, what his life is like when he went to Africa and he came back.
Oh yeah. Oh
And
okay.
stuff, you know, sitting,
Who
and it's
made
all
this?
just one it's sitting at the table. It's like exactly this.
Yeah.
It's like just one shot.
It's
you
just
know?
one shot.
Well,
One shot.
whatever.
Okay.
I think so.
But
It's just one
it's
shot.
their no.
There is?
I don't know if it's not
Alternates
edited, but
because
but
you
it's
see his face,
but
his face.
Oh,
the
okay,
whole
okay.
scene. There's no other setting. But
Yeah.
the table.
It's all set at the table.
It's
Yeah.
right.
All right.
You know, they
Interesting.
move a little bit.
I'm sorry about this, but I have to do this.
Yeah.
Oh no, you can do whatever.
Yes, my dinner with Andre.
Look
And,
at that.
Wow. Yes, my dinner with Andre. And
It's called My Dinner with Andre.
Yeah.
What
Great
What about
movie.
the?
Well,
there's
wait, but
another movie.
I want to amplify on what he said. So, Andre, they're two like film directors.
Mhm.
So you'll relate. You and your dad will relate. Your
Okay.
dad, I'm sure, has probably seen this movie. So, Andre is this really edgy, out there, you know, experimental guy. And so he's telling Wallace about how he and this group of people went to Germany and they went out into the forest and they were communing and they had these transcendent psychedelic experiences and realized what life was all about. And Wallace is listening very intently and like but Andre keeps getting further and further out
Mm-hmm.
in terms of the weirdness of his
Okay.
experience. And you can see that Wallace is getting anxious.
Ah,
And so then
it doesn't
Wallace,
say much.
but then Wallace says, but Andre, I just want to stay home with my girlfriend and my cat. like, what's the point of life?
Yeah.
And Andre says, Wallace, that's okay. And then they go on, they start conversation again, and then Andre starts talking and going out into outer space.
Yeah.
And Wallace says, but I just want my coffee in the morning, Andre. And that's the whole movie. The whole
The
movie
concept.
is that,
That's it at the end. That's the whole denouement.
yes, that Andre is like pushing the edge, but kind of out there and goes a little crazy. And Wallace is this anxious, neurotic, creature comfort, small. He lives a small life and he's happy with his. And it's actually a philosophical discussion. Should you go have these out
Yeah.
there experiences,
Or
or
what's the
should
difference?
you just like enjoy your cat and your coffee?
Yeah.
Like how should you live?
Maybe
So
it's
it's
up to
very
the
cool.
individual to decide.
Makes
But at
sense.
the end, but what's cute is at the end, it's like a New York City,
Restaurant.
Manhattan uptown avenue scene where he comes out of the restaurant, onto an avenue, hails a cab.
Yeah.
It's sort of like this quintessential
New York.
Manhattan
Yeah.
hail a cab scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was the director? You remember the director?
It's Wallace Shawn and Andre. Google it, because Andre.
Andre, Google it.
The
My phone's
crazy
occupied.
Guy. Oh, that's right. The Far Out guy wrote and directed it, and they're both writers and directors. Wallace Shawn, I think, is very funny. We've seen a handful of plays with him in them here in New York. It's cute too because Wallace Shawn is the quintessential plump, short, fat, bald,
Yeah.
funny-looking guy, and actually one of Karen Hyman's very attractive best friends married someone who looks just like Wallace Shawn, and she's so. I mean, they sit here at dinner, and she says, "Can you believe I married this guy? Short, fat, and bald. Like, what was I thinking?" But he's wonderful.
Of course.
and she loves him.
Of
and
course.
Yeah.
she's
I
grateful.
mean, look at our relationship. It's really all about our friendship. Right, hon?
No, you know what? She.
And I'm grateful.
So
I am
great.
so grateful.
Oh, sweetie.
I am.
Anyway, so Wallace Shawn is a really funny-looking guy. Now
He is,
that
he
you
is.
might have to edit out because I would know.
Oh yeah.
I know that I said that about him.
Oh, man, of all the people.
He's a wonderful. He's really smart. He's really creative. I think
I'm
he's
gonna
still
empty this
alive.
out.
Yeah, we can name drop. We can name drop, right?
Yeah. Name drop. Like, what do you mean? What is like?
Talk about people.
Oh no. Yeah.
Talk about certain people. Oh, look, you got the card there and everything. That's what I was waiting for you to see.
Here's where technique comes in.
So, Brando, what about psilocybin?
What?
Mushrooms. Magic mushrooms.
Oh.
Is this something you know anything about?
I've never tried mushrooms.
You never tried it.
I've tried acid.
Oh, you've tried acid.
I've
Well,
tried
there
acid.
you go.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
I've done my fair share.
How
in the
much of
whole
a
drug,
trip did you take?
situation. First, I'm very cautious when it comes to drugs, so I took first less than half of a tab, which is like the dose.
So tell me, but here's what I want to know: was it like a trip? Did you like go, oh wow, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was pretty much. Yeah. No,
Holy
there's.
shit. Oh my god, what did I do?
I was definitely thinking, but it was a good
But
experience.
it's great, exactly.
Yeah.
If
No, it
you're-
wasn't. Exactly. No, it
know.
can be a really bad
Right.
experience, but no, it was a great experience.
Right.
First time was like a tiny little bit, just to feel it out.
Yeah.
and then I tried a full
Yeah.
dose and was feeling great. You know,
Mhm.
like, and it's exhausting because it takes like 8 hours or something for it to
Be
like
done.
be done with. So
Yeah.
you end up just being
Right.
exhausted,
Right.
because
It
your mind really rushes like crazy,
Right.
and not rushes in a way like cocaine or something like that where you're just excited. You're just thinking. You're
Right.
in an erotic way. You're constantly making arguments in your head, thinking about this and that. It's just like
Right.
it's a constant thinking. It's exhausting. After a while, you're really like
Interesting.
you
Yeah,
sleep
yeah,
for like
yeah.
12 hours the next night.
Right.
And
Right. It takes a lot of recovery.
Yeah.
A lot of recovery time. Absolutely.
Takes a lot of energy and whatnot. So it's not even something that personally, or at least me, there are people that get addicted, but I mean,
But that's
you know,
LSD,
it's,
right? Acid.
I think so.
But-
I mean,
right.
I acid.
Probably
I don't know exactly what.
Yeah. As opposed to mushrooms. Mushrooms is very much very much milder.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier to get a sort of a therapeutic dose.
Okay. Yeah.
In fact, there's something that they call a museum dose.
Ah,
Museum.
the music. I get it. Okay.
Right?
I get it.
Like, it just makes for a nice day at the museum. For me, it's the botanical garden. You go
nice.
visit the woods. You
In
go walk in
Brera,
the woods, or you
there's a famous botanical garden. Brera is my school.
you go walk in the gardens on a
Oh,
lovely
nice.
weekend afternoon
Mm-hmm.
on a sunny day with flowers blooming, and you go,
Yeah.
"Oh man, I didn't realize how beautiful
Yeah.
it was here."
Yeah. The time
Wow,
we took
it's
it.
so fucking beautiful here.
No, the time I took it with the full dose was here with two friends of mine from Italy, and it was our first. It was their first time here. They're not like world travelers or whatever. So it was just a really interesting experience because we were out in the streets in Lower East Side.
Oh my God,
Just
that's
tripping.
intense. Wow, that's overwhelming.
Oh my god,
It is because
Yeah.
like the potential problem there is that like all that chaos can really drive you nuts, like
Yeah.
actually drive you nuts. But we were pretty happy with our whole thing. We were
Okay.
very
You had fun?
yelling a lot apparently because
Okay.
while just talking to each other, like we were in
Right.
a pizzeria and at a certain point there's an old lady that's trying to order and the pizza guy like we turn around and he's like, yo, enough, I can't hear. He's like waving his arms because we're just like, hey, like yelling like crazy. And
Yeah.
there is even a cop in the store.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Okay.
we were still
Sounds like
feeling
what?
great.
Where is this?
Okay.
Yeah.
Lower East Side or something?
Uh-huh.
Somewhere in Brooklyn?
Yeah. It was
I remember being in a movie theater once, and there was a group of like 5 20-somethings, a few rows in front of us.
I'm coming down. Just a second. Adesso devo mettere il flash perché sennò non si vede un cazzo. Adesso lo tolgo. Intanto qui fuori, bro, c'è un tipo, sempre quello, cioè non so se l'ho incluso, vabbè. C'è un tipo che spara la musica fortissimo dalla sua finestra, ma non la musica, spara audio, perché adesso è musica, però tipo tutto ieri notte erano tipo podcast sparati a 1000 o discorsi complottisti sparati a 1000, non so se erano complottisti perché non li ho ascoltati molto bene, quindi sembra più roba a caso che roba tipo di propaganda, semplicemente tipo, non so, sto matto vecchio che non so che cazzo di botta c'abbia che mette sta musica. Intanto qua c'è questo che cammina. Che cazzo fa questo? È a petto nudo. Ha tutta quella spazia vecchia. Sapete cos'è quella spazia? No, cazzo fa? Cazzo fa? Lo va a molestare? No, perché dovete sapere che lì ci abita un settantenne, i cui i proprietari del palazzo. Guarda. No, vabbè. Cioè, in pratica ci abita sto settantenne e il proprietario di casa lo sta cercando di buttar fuori. Gli ha tagliato l'elettricità e tutte cose, nonostante lui legalmente possa stare lì. E legalmente, vecchio, non è uno squatter o che cazzo ne so. E inoltre paga pure della gente per pullapparlo e molestarlo, da quello che mi dicono i proprietari di sta casa qua, cioè di questa dove sto stando io. E dell'ascesa, vecchio. E non so cosa cazzo quella casa abbia a che fare con tutto questo, ma è veramente assurdo. E lui che cazzo è andato a fare là? Boh. Vabbè, insomma, bello vecchio.